Hello there, Marshall here from Limited Resources, and I'm going to do a draft with the deck. Here, I'll show you the deck. This is the deck that Luis and I drafted for episode 671 of LR. You can watch the draft portion on the video here on the YouTube channel for that if you'd like. This is the second draft that we did. Obviously, you can see what it looks like, but if you want to see the actual progression of the draft, you can watch that on that episode of the show. But I'm going to play out the games here. Quick overview of the deck. You can see it's black-white based with some green. We're kind of ham-handedly going for some green splashes. There's also a Joda's Codex in here. And then this is actually just a super grindy deck. It's got effectively 11 removal spells, and then we're just going to do a bunch of card draw with either Golden Argosy and Rager, or Bone Rattle, or Bone Splinters, or Joda's Codex. So this is really like a good showcase, I think, for part of what Dominaria brings to the table as far as like diversity in deck. This is just like a totally different. I haven't played a deck quite like this. I've played black-white, which is what the base of this deck is, but it hasn't quite built out like this before, and that's just awesome. So let's see how it does. Okay, oof, that's a little tough. I guess I can keep this hand, but we are going to need to find some spells. If we find a green source, then we're in business, obviously. But we kind of need a few creatures or something to play. Yeah, Warhorse is fine, I guess. Having double Terra Sunder goes from being horrendous to amazing, depending on how quickly you pick up a green source, because it's one of the better removal spells in the format. Okay, I'll just play the Warhorse here. If they counter it, it's not that big of a deal. I have a lot of ways to get cards back, and if they don't, then I get a nice little threat going. All right, they didn't even do anything. If I had an extra land in hand, I may have just waited on the Warhorse just to guarantee the token, but I kind of like getting some pressure going here. Okay. So if they play any creature, I can destroy evil that. So I think I will do that. I mean, sure, I may just end up taking 2 damage if they don't put anything on the board at all, which would be like just slightly annoying. All right, so they're going for the full combo here. I'll save them the time. Okay, we draw the Codex. Not a perfect time for it, but seems fine. The question is, would I like to trade the Warhorse for 3 tokens or just sit? It's kind of interesting because if I attack and they blocked with all 3, I'd be quite happy. But if they don't, then it means that maybe they have like mass pump or something like that. And now I'm starting to like trade damage with them, which I don't really want to do. So I think I'm just going to play the Codex and pass here. So right now it's going to cost me 3 mana to draw a card, but if I can find that green source, then I get double Terra Sunder and the Codex goes down to 2 and we're rocking and rolling. The real question is, does the Codex stay on the battlefield? Because there are ways to remove it in the format. Okay. Well, I guess I could just Citizen's Arrest that. Let's see what we draw here, though. A swamp. So I will just go like this and draw a card. Just to see our options, but realistically, ooh, a forest. That's a bingo. All right, well, I'm just going to get rid of the Mind Singer here while the Phyrexian Warhorse is untapped. And that'll put us back to a good stable position, and the Joda's Codex rocking and rolling. We've still got a good amount of life total. We have 3 removal spells. But drawing 2 cards a turn is going to make it very difficult for the opponent. All right, they're going to get a little aggressive here. But that did effectively take up their turn. Okay, they did play a Figment. All right. That was a good turn for them. And we draw not perfect, but really good. Let's draw a card because I'm going to do that anyway and see what we hit. Wow. Just the full business mode here. This works. And the question is, should I Bone Splinters away the Figment here? It kind of forces them to keep casting stuff. I think I can play with fire a little tiny bit here. Like if they chain together 4 spells in a row and I take 8 off the Figment, I'm still fine, but that is like where I would have preferred to have just used removal. But if they don't, then the Figment does actual nothing. It like trades off for a 1/1, in which case I'm thrilled. Why are they reading their... Oh, they're seeing if they can kick this. So they may have actually found a way. All right. So that's a thing. So I will trade off my my token for one of these 1/1s. And then I will play Cavalier and then probably just... Oh, that's some business too. So let's play this and see if it resolves. It does. Okay, then I'm just going to Bone Splinters here. Actually, let's just get rid of this Cavalier. And just... Basically, I can afford to be like super conservative about keeping this stuff up. So would I rather activate the Codex or play Urborg Repossession this turn? I would rather activate the Codex. And so I may as well do that now. In case there's something I want to cast. Well, there is a Bone Splinters, but I don't want to cast it. So I'm just going to pass here. So we're in good shape. Still at 10 life. Still have tons of removal. Still have our card draw engine going. In fact, we're ahead on board pretty significantly at this point. So, you know, you can... Ooh, so now they're going to get back this, but then they can only steal the 1/1. So, like, what is that going to do? Oh, they're killing the Codex? Oh, okay, that makes sense. But that's where this actually comes in. So that's pretty lucky. Let's get rowdy here, though. Perfect. So now we have 2 targets in the bin for our Urborg Repossession. But as it stands, I can go to... Yeah, I could probably find something, actually. So I'll do this now. They may just scoop to this. Like, if they don't have another answer in their deck for the Codex, then it's pretty bad news for them. So let's just draw a card. I have 3 mana left over. Like, I may cast something here. No? No, I don't think I will. The Repossession's good for 2 cards, but it's just a little blocked up on green, but I don't really see a big reason to push that. And Phalanx is exactly the type of card that this deck is amazing at killing. Keep the land drops flowing here with the Codex as well. Oh boy. Argosy, no actual combo with it at the moment, but we do have them in the yard, so that'll be fine. Actually, let's just cast this. Let's see if this thing sticks. It does. And we'll just do this. And this will get us in for 4. And their life total is plummeting. The Golden Argosy and Warhorse are not a combo, as we discussed on the podcast. But this is a combo with it. So that's nice. Destroy evil. To get back your Mind Singer, but you don't actually have a block. Fair enough. Yeah, I just don't see how they're going to out-muscle the Joda's Codex this time. Like, I just can't imagine how they're going to be able to outpace this thing. I think I can just start attacking like a maniac. Okay, now I can finally do this. I think I don't even want the arrest actually, because I just already have 2 more removal spells, so I'll just overwhelm the board at this point. Yeah, these temporary tap down cards really can perform if you're able to apply immediate pressure, but if you're not, they just don't do enough. All right, combo assembled as well, so that's sweet. So let's run out a couple of these. This will actually force a chump block here. So I can just get in for 1 damage for free, basically. Well, at least do 1. I don't think they actually have anything, but it's like, whatever. Sweet. All right, your move. Enjoy the 1/1. All right, and that's game. So interestingly, they didn't have anything. They just wanted to see if I would sack my whole board. But it didn't feel like there was any need to do that at that point. So we win a game. All right, that is a very good hand. We once again have both of our Terra Sunders, but this time, wow. Draw all of our green cards effectively, but we have a Haunted Mire, and that's really all we need to make that go. Here is an interesting choice. So do I want to just get a 3/1 down and start clocking, or do I want to save it against the blue deck and try to use it in conjunction with Argivian Cavalier and all that? I think this time I can just run it out. It's very tempting when you already have the Cavalier, but I've got Bortuck Bone Rattle, so I can get it back later if it gets scattered. And also I have a lot of removals, so like I could just start going 3, 6, 9 and just get them dead type deal. Because they're going to run out of Essence Scatters, and it looks like they already have. All right, they hit their land drop, though, and it's a Vivisector. All right. Kind of an interesting spot, I guess. Just going to let them trade here. Basically, I have to make a decision on whether I think this game should go long or if I should try to close it out. And even though my opponent is missing land, so it's tempting to try to close them out, I've decided to have this game just go long instead. And that's because of the way my deck is built in my hand. Like, I just don't think I'm going to be able to close them out before, this stuff starts to become relevant. By the way, this is really nice, because I actually get to get rid of this stupid thing and they don't get the card out of it, and that's very difficult in this format. Okay. So I'm a little threat light here, but the Bortuck Bone Rattle will be able to get back one of these, so that's nice. Ooh, Haughty Djinn. Yeah, I guess I'll just... This is a very good card, and it's probably worth getting rid of. Oh, they have the Shore Up. That's fine. I do need one of my more consistent card advantage sources, but otherwise I think I'm pretty good to go here. All right, so I'm just going to take a turn off from killing my opponent's stuff to play Bortuk here. And I think I can actually just get this Leaper. Oh, wrong. I forgot it was going to go into play. It doesn't really matter. I have tons of options here, but I was thinking that would go into my hand, and then I could kick it, sack that, and kill that. Now I'll just sack that and kill that with this. But yeah, this is actually a pretty good matchup. Like this card, see, would have been very nice here if it would have gone the way that I had hoped. Just a little bit awkward. It's probably still worth it though. These are some big hits coming in. This does not trigger off of the Argosy, I don't believe. Yeah, it does not. Let's see if they have another shore up. They do. No problem. Okay, let's get in with this. Okay. Fair enough. I got a blocker here. I don't mind having the Bortuk Bone Rattle in the graveyard. That is a fine place for it to live for now. Okay. Just waiting for some form of card advantage to hit me here. Buying back Bone Rattle plus Cavalier and then buying everything back again would be very good. Okay, I just have to crew this bad boy and block. Or attempt to anyway. Okay. Gotta find something here. Warhorse is medium. It at least can apply some pressure and also provide me with a decent blocker. Removal? Forest, huh? Looks like GG from here. Fair enough. Okay, so ran out of gas there. That happens sometimes. We either needed to find something to just kind of vaguely keep us alive or card advantage. If we found just spells, then we would have just been alive. But because they're all either removal or creatures, basically. Or if we would have found one of our sources of card advantage, I think we would have won kind of easily. So, but finding a bunch of lands, of course, is always a recipe for losing. All right, mulligan that. This looks fine though. Yeah, I guess I killed the horse here. It's a pretty good opener, though. Calvin Bicker, okay. Yeah, let's play this because I want to play the Rager next turn anyway. And I can just trade it off for this picker. It's fine. Or I can eat a tribute to Urborg so my opponent can crash in for a soul-crushing 2 points of damage. Okay. Guess I'll play Argivian Cavalier here. Okay, my opponent's taking an extraordinarily aggressive line. This is almost certainly going to lead to us winning. That you just can't make plays like that against decks like this and hope to win. It does not work. Basically, they're 1-for-1ing with a bunch of 2-for-1s, and we have the ability to recoup all this, and they're not applying any actual pressure to our life total. Like, this is going to be some combat trick or whatever, but it's just trading for a Rager. Okay, fine. Creature trades for a Rager. You can't win doing that. Like, you can't... Like, good rule of thumb, if you're trading your creatures 1-for-1 with Phyrexian Ragers, you're not going to win. Okay. I will just Bone Splinters this. Just mainly because my opponent's been so aggressive that the only other explanation, there's two things that could be happening here. One, they're being too aggressive, right? They're just slamming their creatures into mine and it's not going to work. The other is that they have something in their hand that makes them feel that being this aggressive makes sense. I can't think of a card realistically or a game plan, but if there is one, I would like to be able to combat that because of the way that my deck is built as well. And they're going to pass, so they finally pump the brakes. And combo is online, so that's nice. So pass for now. But I'll be able to start sending this in with our Argivian Cavalier and making a bunch of tokens. Okay, Baird, sure. And they can pump the Knight of Dust Shadow. Okay, there's a Bone Rattle with Cavalier, Rager. Ooh, Rager plus Argosy. I think I just want to do that. I get the card off of Rager straight away, and then I get to get another one. It's going to be very difficult to combat this. So give me my card. They can triple block, and I get to kill something. I'll just kill the knight. And if I draw the, what's it called? Urborg Repossession, I can even buy that thing back. Okay, bunch of land still, but we're in good shape. And start taking things out here. Okay. Could just slam. All right, they're going to start chumping already? Fair enough. Your move. So now we got them whittled down to a 2-2. And they kind of need the sweeper. They need to go 3 red, red, wipe the board here. Then we got a real game. But if they don't have that, I don't see how we're going to lose, I guess. Even then, I guess I get to keep the warhorse, right? Okay, so it's dragged to the bottom. And it's 3 colors. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so that's not still actually that good. Looks like it was 4. What did I do wrong here? Oh, X is +1. So I needed to sacrifice 1 extra creature. Well, that was stupid. I mean, it wouldn't have saved the Bortuk, but I could have saved my Phyrexian Warhorse. I forgot it was 1+. Nice. That's a good recovery plan. All right. So Oppo's in business. I said they needed a sweeper. They had it. I also made a mistake to not give myself a little bit of a board presence afterwards. So that helps them too. And now I kind of need to find something. That's not something. Probably just I'm going to tear us under the missionary here. Just to try to keep my life total as high as possible. I gave myself a draw step to see if I found a blocker because it's only a 2/3. And I have a lot of cards that can block it well, but I don't want to even give up 2 damage here. Like I'm going to need as many draw steps because I absolutely have the ability to come back from this situation, but I need to see some cards. You know, I need to find Urborg Repossession or something like that. Okay, so no damage coming in this turn, so that's nice. Okay, they did nothing, but I drew a land. Oh boy. Okay, they get to kick an atrocity. Do they get any actual value off of this? I don't remember. Yeah, they get a 1/1 out of the deal, so that's not too bad. Token doesn't get haste, and they're going to keep the picker to discard a card. So damage-wise, I'm still okay. But I need to find, like, these lands are killing me here. Okay, Extinguish the Light's pretty good. So I think they're going to activate the picker here. Otherwise they would have attacked, right? And I'm going to kill it. This will give me a life total bump and also just sort of shut off the parade of them getting, like if they draw lands, they actually have to have a land on the battlefield now. I mean, it's insane. They just played their 6th land. I have, 11 lands out? I do. I have 11. So it is a different world for sure. Okay, this is actually good. I kind of combo off here a little bit. I'm not actually looking to mill, but all right, there goes Repossession. So that's a bummer, but it did mill a land and a Destroy Evil that weren't doing anything. So that could be worse. And then I'm just going to go ahead and kill this thing like this. And then I'm going to get back the Bortuk Bone Rattle on end step. And then I'll probably get back Rager or something like that. I'm not going to activate the Eerie Soul Tender now, just in case they could nab it with a Pilfer or just some way to get a card out of my hand. I can just keep this kind of safe on end step from sorcery speed things. Well, that's a good threat. Okay. Yep. And then my turn. Yep. Okay, so Bone Rattle is the thing to get because it basically gives me that plus any of the other creatures, so that's nice. There's a Rager. So let's see. I can get back a Rager. None of these other things. Oh, does the Sleeper do anything? No, because of this. Wow, that's really annoying. All right, well, let's just play this Phyrexian Rager to see if I hit a removal spell for the Whelp, because then I can delay the Bone Rattle no problem. And I did not. But I still could hear. And I did not again. Okay, well, I'm going to die to that Dragon Whelp pretty soon here. They can go all in and get me to 1. I'm digging for one of my removal spells, but I haven't been able to find it. Let's see how hard they want to go on the Whelp. You don't really need to do too much craziness here. They could go all in and kill it, but they would only get me to 1. So it's kind of pointless. My assumption from this would be that they would want to get me to 3 in case they have or could draw a lightning strike. Ooh, Prayer of Binding, the best possible. Okay, well, let's jam. This would have opened up a Sleeper for a possible blowout, but we don't have it. So now they kind of have to attack me with this Dragon Whelp to kill me if they don't have any other way to do it. And I can even make them put a mana into it and then Prayer of Binding it. And as long as they didn't rip Lightning Strike or something, I'm good to go. And this will put me at 5, which is that out of range? It's even out of range of Myria's Outrider, so pretty good. Okay. Nice. I can't quite kill them, though. I can get them to 1, but I'm just going to get them down to 2 here and hope they can't do 5 to me. All right, picked up the win. Very close one. Our deck tried to fail us in the middle, but then kind of came back around. Okay, what do we got? Double white, destroy evil. We'll get black for these cards, but they don't do anything on their own, and we can't do this. So this is actually a mulligan, strangely enough, because even if I had black mana, I have nothing to sacrifice. I need another black mana for an Extinguish the Light, and there's no targets nor creatures, so this is actually just a pretty easy mull. Okay, I'll keep this one. guess I just get rid of Citizen's Arrest. I mean, over the course of a long game, I'll probably be able to cast it, but given the mana here, I probably won't. Not too complicated. So first step is to draw another land so that we can get Rager, because then Rager will draw us a card and get us closer to other lands, etc. Get us the Golden Argosy rolling potentially. Okay. Okay. What do you got? You got a Flowstone Kavu. That's a real deal. We need a Lando. Dang. Little unlucky here to draw 2 white cards off the top, but not too far out of range. But if we miss another couple of times, then we're going to be done. Pumping. Okay. How many times? Once. They got a 3-drop to play as well. That's rough. Okay, it's a decent one too. We need a land or we lose. Yeah, we just lose. So 3, 7, whatever. I can't imagine how we could come back from this at this point. I'm not going to quit, but yeah, I'm not seeing it. Okay, now we're definitely dead. All right. We're actually taking 12 there down to 1. That's a bummer. That's a really good matchup for us. All right, 2 and 2. Come on, come on, come on, deck. Don't bail on me now. All right, perfect colors, good hand. Yeah, this is great. It's a really good hand. We've got the combo, we've got removal. We drew a forest somehow, but okay. That's funny. These are cool sleeves. They got nothing. Okay. Argivian Cavalier. Let's go. No, they do have something. Sneaky. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to play the Argosy and pass here. I can use it to block, and I don't want to trade off my Cavalier for a couple of tokens or for their own Mesa Cavalier because I want to start using it with the Argosy. Okay, yeah, this all works out beautifully, actually. Really, really nicely. So I guess I do actually want to hit with this thing, though, so I probably should just... Like, there's a slight benefit to letting them triple block, but I think I'd rather just start applying, like, actual pressure. Okay. Very nice. So I can run back the same exact play here. This time it's better. Because the Phyrexian Warhorse cannot single block the Argosy and kill it, or even soak up the damage where the 4/4 could. Okay, and I'll just pass here. I have the ability to fire off 2 removal spells here if needed. And I'm building up a nice little board. Okay, Citizen's Arrest could actually be kind of a blowout. If they go for the Cavalier, I could destroy Evelyn and just get the Cavalier back and maybe even block with it or something. Because I'm assuming they're going to get pretty frisky here. Yeah, they are. I mean, all these tokens is like a freaking army. Let's block like that. I want to try to tempt them into using the Phyrexian Warhorse, but any of my obvious blocks are just they just wouldn't use it, or they could choose not to use it, where here they're like incentivized to actually use it if they want to just get in for max damage. So bye horsey. Nothing in the format that matters here. And I take 2, but I get to just keep getting the engine rolling here. We are generating a nice little advantage off this thing. Okay, we just milled a bunch of good cards. At least it wasn't a swamp, because we still need that to cast Extinguish. But Prayer of Binding. Are they finally going to get rid of the Golden Argosy here? I've already actually used up double Terra Sunder Destroy Evil, even though I have one more Destroy Evil, I think. But all right, they finally did it. And we rip a Codex. Perfecto. All right, let's just jam. I'll trade anything here. Oh. Why did they do that? All right. I was going to just cast the Codex, but now I can just use Eerie Soul Tender to get back the Vortec Bone Rattle and just complete the value train here. Nice. Hit the swamp too. All right. GG. Okay, back into the fray. I'm going to keep this one. We're on the draw. I need a black source, admittedly. But if I get one, I really like this hand a lot. Like Cavalier with Bone Splinters, Phyrexian Rager, Warhorse. That's really great. The Terra Sunder's a bit of a mole, but no, never mind. I spoke a little too soon. So still no black source, but we haven't even played the Cavalier yet. And now I do have Terra Sunder to take out an artifact or enchantment, which is something that happens occasionally. Wow, okay. Mountain Plains into Thrill of Possibility on turn 2. That is strange. All right, so this is fine. The Keldon Strike Team will hit us once, but like casting Argivian Cavalier against Strike Team is just gross. And even though this is a double black spell and I don't have any black mana, that is a great card against this color pair, so Don't hate it there either. Basically, if we get a swamp... Okay, and there's a target for the thing, too, so that's nice. Wait, this just has nothing, though, right? So I can just do this. Great. Okay, another black card. Not exactly what I wanted, but... Terrace Under target is live, and if we ever hit a swamp, it's going to be the floodgates. And an unkicked sleeper. All right. So this thing gives +2, +1. Yeah, you know what? I would like to try to get them to use the mana, but I'm just concerned that I'm going to be the one who's on short mana. And there's my swamp. Bingo. So I should probably just be fully mana efficient here and just go for the Warhorse. Also, having an additional 1/1's great. Warhorse just lines up perfectly. So yeah, that worked out. Okay, Lightning Strike while the shields are down is good, but they don't actually have a great attack here. I can trade these off for the Cavalier. Of course, they trade here. If they only attack with just the Cavalier and pump it, I guess it depends on what they do. Because like having Bone Splinters around, yeah, all right. This kind of makes it a forced situation here. But I mean, these are expendable, and I have a lot of other ways to make tokens, so it's okay. And a Kavu. Okay. Okay, I'll play the Rager. Let's see if we hit another swamp here. Sort of, but I just need to play this guy. He's not that great with the with his token out anyway. So the Extinguish the Light's probably going to hit Flowstone Kavu. I will just trade here. And just take the hit from the Kavu. I should have actually traded off the Sleeper. It just trades for this, so it's like less good in that way. And then this doesn't do anything, right? You missed, because that's what that card does. All right, now we're in business. So I think I'm just going to... to do this. I think I'm just going to put them on 1 power and 1 toughness here and just be like, go. Do your worst. You got a 1/1. Like, if we just pause everything, they have 1 card in hand, I have 2, they have a 1/1 on board, I'm in. Like, that's where I want to be. I'm fine with that. Everything's working in our favor from that position against this archetype. Of course, that doesn't guarantee that you're going to win, but it's a favorable position by what I would consider to be a pretty significant margin. So that's most you can ask for usually. All right, let's just kill this guy. I mean, it's only a 2/2, but like I want the life and I want to use up my mana, and I have got other removal. Okay. Not the best, but I'm at 14. Chickadee, all right. Back-to-back Phoenix chicks off the top. These are annoying. Okay. I don't really like doing this, but taking it from 2 damage in the air down to 1 is actually fairly significant, so I'm going to do it. This Destroy Evil's not looking good. It's been kind of rotting in my hand. All right. Looks like they got first strike thing. Oh, it's Flowstone Infusion. Huh, so they just want to get rid of that. All right. That actually is okay. We're alive here. It's also, they lost an attacker on that, and that makes it harder for them to get back the other thing. So that's not the worst. Just have to hope that they brick, which they did this time, but so did we. I'm playing out all my lands because if I draw a codex, I want to be able to cast it, activate it, and then also maybe even play a card that I get off of it. Okay. Down to 6. Looks like they're hitting a lot of lands now, too. It's a lot of flooding. That should do it. Shoot, just a little too much flood there in the middle. A lot of really good outs, but just enough flooding there that we weren't quite able to do it. But I like how I played it. Very, very close. And I think this deck actually performed quite well overall, even though it's only a 3-3. Two of those losses were legitimate flood, right? Like we can look and just say, okay, there was way too much. So you only get 3 losses, you know, if you just get a little unlucky and flood out. And the other one we got mana screwed. Kind of an old story, but sometimes it is true, and it did happen here for sure. I still think this archetype and deck are very good, and I would put the average number of wins that I would get with this deck somewhere between 6.5 probably. Like I wouldn't say this is a hard lock for 7. There's going to be some tough matchups, but generally speaking, I do think this is a 6+ win deck, not a 3. So there you go. All right, hope you enjoyed it. I'll be putting up the other video as well for the best of 3 that we did, and you can watch that here on the LR YouTube channel as well, and we'll see you next time.